Recorded Books and One-Click Digital present Informed Risk by Robyn Carr, narrated by Thérèse Plummer and directed by Teresa Buchheister.
Chapter 1. Chris heard a loud thump. The furnace had turned on. Soon warmth would begin to flow through the rickety little house. She wrinkled her nose, then remembered that heaters always smelled of burning dust and soot the first day they operated. She returned her fingers to the laptop keys and her concentration to the last chapter of her story about a 12-year-old boy named Jake. After 7 rewrites, Jake was finally about to enjoy some resolution to the previous 122 pages of pubescent tribulation he'd suffered in his first year of junior high school. This was her 4th attempt at a young adult novel, and Chris knew she was getting closer. Of earlier attempts, editors had used such words as brisk, lively, smooth. Also words such as awkward, unresolved, clumsy in places. She stopped typing and wrinkled her nose again. Should it smell that bad? She'd asked the landlord if the furnace should be serviced or cleaned before she set the thermostat, but he'd assured her it was fine. Of course. He said everything was fine, and this old rat trap was anything but. To be fair, she had never actually seen a rat, but she had swept up plenty of suspicious little pebbles, which she assumed were mouse turds. The trap she set, however, remained, thank God, abandoned. She and the children had made do with oven heat until now, waiting as long as possible before turning on central heat. Utility bills were hard on a Christmas budget. When you got right down to it, hers was hardly a budget. But the temperature might drop to freezing tonight, and sleeping bags alone wouldn't keep the kids warm. She looked at the kitchen clock. Nearly midnight. Her eyes were scratchy. But tonight, she was determined to finish the last chapter. To be published. Finally? Much of this great push, she had to admit, was for Jake himself. A great kid who deserved a resolution that wasn't awkward or clumsy in places. As did she. As for publishing, the responses she collected had been consistently more encouraging, asking her to send future work. Write what you know, a writing instructor had advised. Chris certainly knew what it was like to be 12, to be struggling for self-reliance while...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?